Hey guys, welcome back to day 16 of the OBEE. That is the Out of Body Experience Experiment. I'm your host / scientist, Ryan M. Stanley. Today, as I said, is day 16. I don't know if I said that or not, but it is one way or the other. And I literally have almost nothing to report today. So today on the scientist checklist, we have no lucid dreams. We have no out of body experience. I worked until about midnight last night and then I went to bed. I've certainly jumped into my visualizations. I've jumped into my mantras as I'm going to sleep. Again, the only consistent thing that I'm following now is sometimes as I'm starting to sleep, my brain goes elsewhere. It almost turns into some sort of a dream. And I'm suddenly awakened because I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't want to be thinking about that. I don't even know what that was sometimes. Like I'm half asleep. And I know I'm supposed to be focusing on the 3 objects down in the office. So that's the only consistency. I woke up this morning around 7 o'clock or so, 6:30. And I did not have the opportunity to jump back into a quiet place to try the morning out-of-body experience. One of these days, I am going to, I think once the kids are back in school and my wife goes back to work, perhaps especially if I end up working extra late, I'm going to attempt an afternoon nap. And not just because it sounds good and feels good, but because I'm going to attempt an afternoon nap in a different place. And from that standpoint, attempt an out-of-body experience. Start focusing on the visualization. Start focusing on mantra out loud. Like right now, when I do my mantras as I'm going to sleep, I'm really just saying it over and over in my head. I'm not saying it out loud. So having a space where I'm not disturbing anybody. It's the middle of the day. There's nobody disturbing me. There's no opportunity to be disturbed as I'm trying to go to sleep, I think is going to be the next technique that I need to step into to really make this experiment a success. That being said, again, we are looking at the benchmark of 3 weeks, and this is week number 3, but up to 60 days. So we are less than halfway through the complete 60-day experiment and have yet to have an out-of-body experience and are still only at 1 lucid dream. I did not do binaural beats last night. I'm going to start doing some research. There's a part of me that fears physically that I'm doing some damage to my brain by putting these binaural beats on before I go to bed. I'm going to do some research just to find out what the side effects may potentially be. So I've done them once or twice. I'm more inclined to go back to, like I said, I think it was maybe 2 weeks ago or a week and a half ago, I downloaded specific files from the Monroe Institute, and that's what they do for a living. So they've changed it to not just binaural beats, but they have a very specific tone that they have underlining in the audio that you listen to. In fact, maybe I'll download another one and try something different. The last one I did was called Across the Great Pond, but they've got like 10 or 15 on there. So I will give that a shot. I also am reminded of a book that I got years ago called Thresholds of the Mind. I haven't read this. I'm not really much of a reader, by the way. But anyway, this is by a guy named Bill Harris, and he talks about what's called, it's kind of like binaural beats, but he calls it holosync, I think. Let me see if it's on here. Yes, holosync was kind of his audio technology that he created and focused on. So this book dives deep into how the brain is affected by different types of brain waves. And so I'm going to look into that and see if I can get some research and some help from there. I've actually, years ago, I didn't even really know the depths of it, but I used to have CDs. This is before stuff even downloaded. This came with a CD, and I did some meditations to these, and it really had a profound effect on my life. Back then, I think I didn't understand the depth of what was happening. No out-of-body experiences back then either, but we'll see what goes on. So I might look into downloading some holosync things if I can, now that it's a new day and age where everything is downloaded. I'll put in the description, I'll put a link to that book if you can find it somewhere. And that's all I got for today. Nothing too exciting to report, but that's how experiments go sometimes. That's why they're experiments. So I appreciate you stopping in and paying attention. I appreciate you making time to be here with me for these 5 or 6 minutes each day. And I look forward to seeing you again tomorrow, perhaps with a whole new OBE to share. In the meantime, thank you for being you. I'll see you on the other side.